Felicity de Fombelle here from the Catholic Voice outside the High Court. The other key issue discussed this morning, let's refer to it as the steps. It was the practice of Archbishop Pell, Archbishop of Melbourne at the time, who would, after the Sunday Solemn Mass, meet and greet parishioners after Mass for about 10 minutes. Of course, that would have provided an alibi, if you will, to Archbishop Pell, meaning the offending could not have taken place. Justice Bell put to the prosecutor this morning, Kerry Judd QC, and she said, why did that not raise a reasonable doubt, as it seems to be accepted, that if the Archbishop was on the steps at the western door for 10 minutes or so, the offences could not have occurred in the way described. The prosecutor, Kerry Judd, she responded by saying the Archbishop did not always follow practice. She was then asked a question by Justice Bell if Monsignor Charles Portelli, the Master of Ceremonies at the time at the Cathedral, did he recall a time when the Archbishop did not follow practice, to which the prosecutor responded, I don't think so. Justice Keane put to the prosecution, isn't evidence of practice usually regarded as powerful evidence? I can say I shaved last Friday, not because I have any particular recollection of it, but because I shave on work days. Kerry Judd QC accepted the issue of standing on the steps was critical to this case. As she said, it is favourable to Pell in terms of the jury not being able to reach the requisite standard of proof beyond reasonable doubt. But she went on, she said to the High Court, to the 7 justices of the High Court, she said, you've got to look at the whole of the evidence. And she said, she argued that there was evidence inconsistent with Archbishop Pell regularly being outside on the steps after Mass. Finally, just one more piece of evidence, if you will, from the prosecution. Kerry Judd, the prosecutor, was asked about a prosecution argument that had been put to the jury that the meet and greet, Archbishop Pell greeting parishioners outside St Patrick's Cathedral, as was his practice, the prosecution had put the argument to the jury that that in fact did not start until 1997, which was after the alleged offending occurred. The alleged offending occurred in 1996, late 1996. Ms Judd, the prosecutor, she accepted that in fact there was no evidence for that. The Chief Justice then remarked, that is how the trial was conducted. So we're on our lunch break at the moment. This afternoon the prosecution will continue to put its case. The defence then has an opportunity to respond. We are due to finish today. There were comments and a discussion just before we adjourned for lunch that the parties might need some more time, to which the Chief Justice said, well, you hadn't asked for more time at the beginning. We have given this 2 days, and so it will conclude today.